Teresa Giudice disclosed her feelings of resentment toward her ex-husband Joe Giudice during an interview on La Kent's podcast last week. She also discussed her daughter Giudice's forthcoming Bravo program. During the interview, the 52-year-old Real Housewives of New Jersey star, who disclosed which of her 4 daughters still reside at home, acknowledged her desire for a son, disclosed which Real Housewives shows she watches, and disclosed whether she harbors any remorse for exposing her children to the public eye. Gia's performance is extraordinarily impressive. Teresa debuted on the December 4th episode of Give Them La and is currently flourishing. Then she disclosed that her oldest daughter would be appearing on Bravo in the near future. In addition to other children from the network, a television program is forthcoming, and there are several Bravo children involved. I believe Bravo has already announced it. They did not specify the release date, however. She disclosed that it will be released in the first quarter of the following year. I anticipate it with enthusiasm. It is my daughter Brooks Marks and Kim Zuck's daughter Ariana Bierman. I will conclude, at this point, the list is not exhaustive. However, it is unclear whether supporters are aware of the additional names. Teresa, along with her younger sisters Gabriella, Melania Giudice, and Adriana Giudice, are brothers to Joe, as Real Housewives of New Jersey viewers are aware, and although she has expressed that they have previously had a positive co-parenting relationship, she acknowledged to Lala that she has a certain amount of resentment toward her. Former error was committed by my former partner. I should not have signed the closing document for the property he was reselling, and he is the one who failed to file taxes. She explained that I was incarcerated solely for signing the documents for that single property. But I walk with my head held high and with a sense of pride, as I am aware that I am not a criminal in reality. I did not attempt to perpetrate a crime. Teresa admits that she would not have been incarcerated if she had not been on television. Even though Teresa and Joe completed their prison sentences years ago, it is not entirely forgotten by them. Sometimes Joe and I argue about it. He still faults me for your stupid show to this day, she confessed subsequently. I inquired, so is everything in order with you? I would appreciate it. I am not at fault. She also mentioned that it was his responsibility and that he caused it to himself. Joe's deportation occurred years later, and Teresa stated that she is responsible for their children. Every task is completed by me and my spouse. Luis Ruelas is equally remarkable, as Joe does not generate revenue. He is in the Bahamas, so I am responsible for everything. She disclosed the children receive a modest sum of money from Joe, but I am responsible for covering all expenses, including college tuition. Everything is my responsibility, therefore I perform this task for my children. I maintain tranquility for them, she continued. However, I always caution them to avoid making the same error that I did. You should pose a multitude of queries to the individual you marry. Do not emulate my behavior and refrain from signing documents unless you are certain that your spouse is in compliance with the law and following the correct course of action. Although Teresa desired a son during her marriage to Joe, in order to observe the physical characteristics of a male, she acknowledged that she has since acquired 2 stepsons. We have Luis, who recently turned 21. She disclosed we have an excellent rapport. I am consistently informed that he adores me. I receive the most delightful cards from him. He is the most amiable and adorable child. I am unable to imagine a more exceptional stepson, and he resides here. Regarding the other individuals who reside with Teresa and Luis, Teresa disclosed that Gia is a resident and that Gabriella have recently returned from college. She attended the University of Michigan. In addition, Melania attends the University of Tampa. Teresa provided an explanation. Melania won't be returning home for Thanksgiving since she is currently in the Bahamas with her father. He possesses only one, while I possess the remaining items. Audrey Henner resides in this location. Luis has an additional son, Nicholas, who is 23 years old. He is diagnosed with autism. Depending on our schedules, we visit him every weekend or every 2 weekends, as he resides with his mother. The children are in such excellent terms.